Even now, this is something that also like affects all those things. Like if let's say you're in a dating space, right? Or dating pool. How do you just navigate? And because you're in a relationship, right?
No.
You're not in a relationship? Actually, that was a trick question. The only way to get you to say you're single.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. You're like, who, me? Where did you hear? What?
I'm not.
So how easy is it, like, even just like now that I can tell you're more of, I think you're more of a serious person. Not unless I'm misquoting. You know, because maybe this is just a persona for the podcast. And then once you're out, you're like, hey, turn up. But you seem like a serious person. So I think even like if you're to look for a partner, you'd want somebody that either you sync with, or would you want somebody who's like completely different personality from yours?
Funny thing, imagine I'm such a fun character. Like when you're talking about serious things, let's talk.
Okay.
When you're talking about fun things,
Yeah.
So it's just a balance.
I haven't said you're boring. If
you might
that's
say
where your concern is. I just said serious in a way that like you. I mean, like even from your page, you see, like I'm telling you, like even just the aspects of things that I talk about on the podcast: health, wealth, love, and happiness. Those are things that you've put, but in a very strategic kind of. With just, like you said, crumbs of little bits, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I meant.
Okay. Understood then.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the dating pool or relationships, at this point in my life, by the way, as a 26-year-old philanthropic businesswoman, I'm joking, guys. For me, I'm open to attracting someone who can find the balance of life, such that if tumeamua ni sherehe, then okay. If we've agreed we're getting down on finances, so be it. If it's a matter of like just finding my person.
Yeah.
That's actually, leave alone the finances and the fun part.
Yeah.
I'm just focused on finding my person.
So
And I'm not
what kind of
actively-
person though? Like, is it tall? Is it short?
TDH.
Yeah, like, how do you like, what would be
Please.
ideal? Like, just okay. What qualities would you look for in a guy? Let me put it that way.
Apart from the physical attributes, which I won't say on this platform.
You can't say, you can't just keep physical in it, because that's the first thing. Those other things are kind of like, just the first thing.
Of course, for me,
Or do you like white guys?
I won't talk about race and what, but
Okay.
as long as he's tall,
Okay.
that's just it.
So,
That's a non-negotiable for me.
okay.
I know when my family listens to this part, they'll laugh, and my friends,
Yeah, they'll just be laughing at
They'll be
you.
like, "Huh, this
Okay.
guy." But that part to me, that is key to me.
Because you're kind of tall as well. So,
I am
yeah,
tall.
if somebody's just like Nini, they'll just be like, I love you, but hey, hapa yenyewe.
Imagine, it's so funny the way when you're talking about physical attributes,
Yeah.
some people usually get so offended, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's just like preference. You
Because
see,
they're like, but I'd be nice to you. They're
I'm
like,
like-
I'd be nice to you.
I'm like, all other qualities which we are getting into right away, but I'm like, all these qualities, but with a tall person.
At least with a tall person.
At least good, at least anyways. About about the other attributes,
Yeah.
for me, the person has to be kind and considerate. Because for me, consideration is the purest form of love.
Okay.
The consideration of not only me, but also of the people around him. Okay? If it's with the family, if it's the church, if it's with the workplace, he has to be someone who's considerate. Because you can't lead from a point of not being considerate in this life. You have to, you see, the same way I'm on this platform, I'm on your podcast, because you considered me.
Yeah.
You considered Njambi could be a prospective person on this platform. So you've considered me already, you see. So consideration, spirituality, and I won't get into it because religion is a bit
Shaky.
tricky right now for many people, but spirituality, it has to be.
Yeah.
You have to be a spiritual person, because I'm also on my spiritual journey. Keep on falling back, but God's grace is
But you're
sufficient.
still here.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to be on the same wavelength as me in terms of, you see, the same way you can see someone saying, but then mnafikiria sort of the same. Like if you say we're investing, mtu atakushanga. If you say let's just go out of Nairobi for the
Do you
weekend.
invest?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Hey, okay. I've just asked. Okay, so
I do.
Okay,
And I'm
go
still
on.
open to learning about investments and all
Okay.
because I believe it's a whole huge
It's
other.
broad. I'm
Yeah.
even shocked we haven't touched on it because like that's something I talk about all the time on the
We
podcast.
can. So qualities, spirituality, consideration, and we have to be on the same wavelength. I don't know whether you're getting, because you see me, I've been doing the inner work so much. Like
Yeah.
I've been doing the inner work over and over, and I keep on learning and unlearning. So even if you're not doing it, are you actively open
pursuing
to
it,
like
learning.
Exactly, like yeah. So that's just it. Imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't get to like the other details like finances, of course, because
Should he be rich or broke and
Not-
working on himself? What
not
if he's broke and working towards his goals? Because that's, when a developing country, that's
Yeah.
a huge percentage of people. Not everyone is rich.
Yeah, for sure. We
And
won't take away
but a
the
lot of
fact.
people are broke but pursuing their,
Exactly.
yeah.
Because even me, I wouldn't classify myself as a rich person, but am I actively building myself in
Yeah,
terms of
you're
my
growing towards.
yes. Am I nimekaa tu? No, I'm still trying. Even if nimekaa tu, nitaamka the next day and I'm actively. No wonder the wavelength. Like we need to be on the same wavelength. Because if
So
you're
even
not,
if he's not well, finances, like you're
jamani.
splitting bills, you're sending him an Uber, of course, occasionally.
Of course,
Are you
I'll
gonna
spoil
send him an
you.
Uber?
I'll spoil you.
What?
I'll spoil you.
Eh.
Imagine, I'll buy you everything from the word go.
What?
But you see, you have to put me in, not in a
See,
position
me, I'm
of,
growing.
of
At the time, me, I'm saying, see, I'm growing. Trust me, even me, after I grow, see, I'll do the things for you.
No, but you see, no wonder I'm saying we need to be on the same wavelength, regardless of your finances, but regardless of your, of course, he's tall. Remember that whole
He has
part.
to
Don't
be tall,
forget
at
it.
least, at least, Kwanzaa.
But
Sawa,
then you see, someone who's on the same wavelength is someone maybe who's actively seeking about this particular thing such as finances, anajaribu hapa na pale, unaona.
Yeah.
Kama ni prayers ama spirituality anajaribu hapa na pale. Kama ni emotional wealth, health yake anajaribu. By the way, this could be a bad pattern, you see. Not someone, by the way, you have to be in the same. And for me, I'll just know.
Yeah.
I'll just know. But yeah, the finances part, please, guys.
Very important.
It's very important. You need to be taken care of.
Important,
You need to be taken care of as a girl,
That's
for sure.
true.
And you're
That's
not taking
true.
away the fact that women spoil men also a lot.
I don't know about that.
Well, but women do. Women do take care of men.
Yeah. In what ways?
In very many ways.
How?
I can't get.
I just want to know because, like, I haven't maybe experienced it, so I'm just like trying to understand. Like, okay, so how, where?
Women spoil men.
Just give me 5 ways. Give me 5 ways. Just name 5.
You want me?
Or let's say 3 ways.
You see, let me tell you. You see, the Proverbs 31 verse, there are women who are actively doing it over and over again.
I'm just trying to think because I can't think of any. I'm just trying to wonder.
Women are taking care of men.
I wonder. Let me just
Women
even go to this dream world. Hey. Where are these women? Where are these women?
We do exist, imagine. But yeah.
Are you that kind of person, let's say in a relationship, maybe let's say in the past, you'd be out and you'd just spoil someone, like, with the presents and stuff. Are you like that kind of person?
The spoiling part.
Are you a giver or a taker? People who just take in relationships.
I'm a giver. I'm a giver. I'm a giver. And I had to like learn all the time that even if that's my nature, I'm always open to giving my time, my energy, gifts, affirmations. Like, that's just me.
What would you say was the most thing like you did for a guy Mpaka who's just shocked and he was like, what? You did this for me by the way. Mpaka it's like, why? Because maybe if somebody spoiled me or surprised me with something right now, I would definitely not trust them because I think they're trying to scam me at some point. So I'll be like, what's the catch here? What's really going on? Because it's that rare.
Imagine, it's just, I can't quantify it as one thing, but if I'm looking at my previous patterns and partner, I'm like, hey, there's this thing which I did, which I can't mention. Hapa na pale. Like, there's always something.
Took him on vacation. I'm just asking.
But not yet.
Not yet.
My next partner, maybe.
No, but is there anything that you can share just that, you think, okay, or maybe things that, let's say, girls can do just to spoil like their loved ones. Just a few things. Not now at you. We're not talking about you, but things that just in general, like just women can do to like just catch their men off guard, and a man will be like, yeah, by the way. Because as you know, we don't really experience such spoils like all the time. So even when somebody gets you something, you're just like, what? No. I mean, I'm shocked. There's one friend of mine who came to the podcast, and she asked me like, just randomly, because I'd invited her to the podcast. And she asked me like, yo, by the way, what's your shoe size? So me in my head, I'm not even thinking, because I'm just talking about like, oh, sir, I wear 8.5 on any. It's like, okay, sir, do you like green? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm in the middle of another podcast. So by the time she gets here, because I thought she was just asking questions, she actually comes with a pair of shoes. And I was so confused. Because she asked me like, Kwani, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't remember the last time somebody just got me something, like just randomly. And that's just my friend. We're not even like in a situation or anything, but she just caught me off guard. And Paka, she was looking and she was like, Kwani, what kind of people do you... I was like, not even in that way. Now that you mentioned it, it's like, hey, what kind of people do I have around me that make me feel so? But of course, I don't blame the people that, I'm just saying how she explained to me like she's actually just a giver, and that's the kind of friend she is.
But most women are givers, like by nature. By nature, most women are givers. So what I can tell the ladies, but of course, ladies do know. Let me tell you, thing with women, we tend to, the listening aspect of being a woman. Maybe there's something that you mentioned. For example, your mic is broken and it needs maybe... I don't know about parts of a microphone, guys. It needs maybe this part.
Yeah.
You get that your lady, the person you're saying, comes with such a thing. You see? You get that, maybe you were dressing up and maybe your shirt maybe wasn't ironed and you're just a bachelor.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally the small. Women wanakwanga a bit more intentional. Even men are, by the way, but in terms of your needs, they'll meet you at your point of need. Maybe you mentioned, by the way, that day work was hectic, you'll come back home, maybe to a nice cooked meal. That day, maybe if you're the one who normally cooks, no, let me just order. You see? So it's about something. Now I'm telling you, you can't quantify the actions that you do to your partner, your current partner, your future, your husband, because it's literally in the small things. Like mtu amekubaia ile air freshener ya gari. That's a small thing. Yeah. Like how you see someone went to maybe Gikomba or Toy, bought you a shirt. You see, someone has printed your name all over a white shirt na meiva. You see, so it's like it's usually
the small things.
In the small things, but at the same time it's important to know your partner's needs so that you meet them at their point of need, not your point of need. Because someone could literally use a text from you. Someone could literally use just time and other people, it could be other things. Like, it just depends according to the 5 or 6 love languages that you have.
Fair enough.
So you have to be keen enough to know you meet them at their
know
point
your
of need.
partner.
Know your partner. There's some people who maybe they won't be fazed by you buying them maybe tires, but then they'll be fazed by you maybe going over to their workplace during lunch break and just sitting with them.
What? I think you're trying to get me fired. I'll be like, what did I do? Please don't get me fired.
So you have to know at the same time, also men should also learn their women. Learn what they want.
I think women just want money.
Yes, money, the money part tick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Money plus.
I think as long as you have that, I don't think you will have problems. But you see the way you say it, like height is a base. Now I'm telling you guys, a base, just get your finances right. And then build up on the other things. That's a base. Because now there are so many other things. Because now women are not as simple as men. See, for me to even just trust me, of course, I'm not saying we get the cliche boxers, socks and shirts to mesha choka. We are tired. We are tired of those things. But we're just saying, like, with men, it would be like some of the simple things. Because like for me, during my free time, you'd find me like even just playing PS.
So if someone bought you a game?
Yeah, a game. It would be like maybe one of my game pads is not working properly. You've seen me complaining. It would be something like that. And it would just like fill me up properly because that's something I can use every other day. And I'll be like, hey, by the way, she got me this. So it could be. But with women, you can't just say one thing. You really have to be very creative. But now being creative... for any man, you have to have that money to be extra creative. Because otherwise, it's going to be tough for you. It's going to be tough. It won't be easy. It won't be easy.
Previously, and what do women want?
What? Imagine. So now, hold on. I
Yeah.
think let me just switch the mem card. And then we can do like another 15 minutes as we wind up, because we're in a good spot. So now, as we were saying about just relationships, right? And how just men can also be creative, but of course, it'll definitely cost them money. And the qualities, of course, you'd look for in a guy. But also, I have to ask you, like, what's an ideal date like? Just for you, what are some of the things that you enjoy, like, say, when you're dating someone?
That's a nice question.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you've taken me to dreamland.
Yeah. Listen. Hey.
So, I'm an adrenaline rush. How do I say it?
Adrenaline junkies.
Adrenaline junkie.
So bungee jumping. We're just starting off with bungee jumping. First date. Zip lining.
Like things that.
Scuba diving if it's in coast.
Just an activity. It has to be an activity.
Physical activity.
A physical activity that's fun. Not something that we're seated there during the activity. No, we have to like be on the move. Because I feel as if during these fun times, I don't know which hormones usually, I don't know.
Like your body is actually just...
so in that moment, you see, nothing else matters. You see, even you being in that happy moment, inafanya you feel vizuri. So to me, that's an ideal first date. Without, I'll go and know your second name. Tukiruka huko.
What? Yeah, after
right?
ziplining.
Yeah. So apart from that, at the same time, I'm such an indoors girl. I thrive indoors. Let me tell you guys, I thrive so much indoors. So any activity that could be indoors could also be nice. So
I don't know what you mean by that.
I'm
But
getting
when you say that, guys start saying Netflix and chill.
Not really.
Because what else is there to do indoors? Tell me. Help me understand.
The real Netflix and chill. It's not coded. The real Netflix
and
chill.
Okay. The real Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. Or
any cooking activities, maybe?
Funny thing is, I don't like cooking. So as long as you're cooking, I'll keep you company.
Hold on, you don't cook?
Yeah. But I can clean the dishes.
Wait, you don't cook? No, that's not possible. So what do you eat then? Okay, wait, do you stay alone?
No, I live at home.
Oh, okay. But have you ever lived alone?
Yeah, for 8 years.
For 8 years?
Yeah. For 8 years since I moved to campus. Yeah. Until I completed my Kenya school of law. Then I moved back home.
Oh, you were staying like legit? Oh, because now it's just school and Nini.
Yeah.
So were you just eating out?
Most of the times, let me tell you, my first year, there's a friend of mine, shout out to Millie. She used to cook. I never knew how to cook, guys. So she used to cook. I used to do the dishes for like a whole semester.
So even at home now, you don't cook? Wow.
But unless other guys, please.
No. Hold on. Don't relax. I mean, like I said in the podcast, people just get to know, like, what you like, what you don't like. It's because you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Which part don't you like?
Everything. I'm like, we're standing there. Why? What's happening? I don't
what's
know.
happening.
But cleaning after, I could actually do a lot of cleaning. I'll clean the dishes, I'll clean the floor when you're done, I'll clean the ceiling, I'll clean the walls, I'll clean the road.
Okay, no, that's still good because that's a high contribution here also, like in the kitchen.
So if it's something indoors, maybe he's cooking and I'm keeping him company, cleaning the dishes as I had
You'll
said.
do that.
I'll do that. Or a movie night. A movie night would be nice. And funny thing is, I'm not a dinner type of girl, but I'm a brunch type of girl. Or breakfast.
Okay.
But I think it's because I'm a morning person.
Okay. So you'd rather like wake up in the morning, go and do that.
Yeah. Or do brunch.
Brunch is
late
nice.
lunch until So but that's just basically it. Imagine you say the statement, I'm a simple girl.
Yeah.
Imagine I'm a simple girl.
Because that's manageable. You know, you haven't said anything crazy. Like, hey, mpaka guys would be like, hey, now, hey.
But a vacay would also be nice.
Oh, yeah, vacay, of course. Why not?
Vacation.
Yeah.
Vacations are also so good.
Like during
'Cause
those
I
two long
thrive,
breaks,
yeah,
like Easter break,
yeah.
whatever those 2 breaks
Yes.
come, and you just go out, unwind, and then come back. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. But as long as I'm in your company, then whatever we're doing truly, to me, doesn't, not that I don't mind, but as long as I'm in your company, you could say we're waking up to go to the car wash, cool. We're waking up to supermarket run, okay, cool.
Do
We're
it.
traveling outside the country because of work, cool, let's
Yeah,
go.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, and then also like another question, because as we finish up on just love and relationship,
Yeah.
why do you think like right now it's so hard and tough for people to just like get like, you know, just meet new people or even just find people that they click with? What do you think is the major contribution to that, or even maybe why relationships are not lasting like they used to?
People usually say bring back the old romance. You see,
Yeah,
the romance
right.
that maybe our parents or our great grandfathers and mothers,
Yeah.
maybe the type of, I don't know, the type of relationships that are maybe stable nowadays, it's a man pursuing the woman. I could be wrong. Okay?
Yeah, true.
There's actively pursuance of the man. From the word go, I'm pursuing you through and through. And as much as I'm pursuing you, there's no one who's hindering me. There's no blockage. There's no at your circumstances of life. It's just me. I'm pursuing you from the word go.
Yeah.
And I feel as if also, I don't know, I could be wrong as well. Most of us as women, now we know what we want. Compared to a time where we could say, it's okay. But I feel as if we're actively seeking whatever we want.
You're not settling for mediocre.
Yeah, and I'm not saying mediocre in any form, but no. You actively know what you want. And if you haven't gotten that, then I think that's why you're not fixing yourself in that dating pool. But bring back men who used to pursue women, guys. Let's be honest.
I think,
and you know, you actively, and I don't know whether people usually get what pursuing means. You're actively pursuing this woman.
What's
from
actively?
The word go.
Oh, there's a thin line between stalking now and just get, because like for me, I'm the kind of person, like if you tell me like no once, like I'm gone.
Oh, okay.
I just won't be there, because not in a bad way, because it's just like I'm looking at, maybe it's where I am right now in life.
Yeah.
It's because like, okay, I have other things to do, but I can try, okay, maybe let's say twice. Yeah, but after more than twice now, I'm not stalking you. Yeah, and then, but there's always that conversation like, but you didn't try hard enough, or, you know, you didn't show me that you were that serious, because you just asked twice and then you...
But
you know.
about
Yeah, so I'm like, now I'm supposed to be like a stalker, maybe in a WhatsApp group, like everyone. I even told him, but he's still not even. See.
Yeah, but I don't know, me. You see the standard that people have said, Nairobi hakuna mapenzi. I'm like, no, there is love. Love is everywhere. You see, there is love. There are beautiful relationships that are thriving so hard. Beautiful marriages.
So why aren't you in one?
Because spotlight on me again.
Just say,
not me.
Just asking. So
I think
you've said it's everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere.
So it should be easy for you as well.
But for me, I haven't seen or gotten someone that's for me.
Out of all these Kenyan men,
imagine.
There is nobody who qualifies.
There's a meme that says, the love of your life, are you cooking?
Imagine. Out of all these hard-working men, nobody
but
yet.
No, it will come. You know, it will
But
come.
people do pursue you, right? There is no way. Your DM has to be like crazy, I'm sure. Your DM, so you're just rejecting people left, right, and center, and then you're like, Maki love, I'm just looking for... Yet DM is like if you call requests.
Let me tell you, when I get into a relationship, you'll be the first. I'll DM you on TikTok. I'm like, guess what?
Yeah, finally.
But yeah, I think I was still healing, by the way, from a very bad heartbreak. Yeah. So now is when I've got into that space of it's okay, it happened. Now at least I'm open to love, because as I said, one thing about me, I'm a certified lover girl through and through.
Also, like when you love, you actually love.
Head of you know, just the way people usually told that, don't go all in. I'm like, why not?
Because you're already like, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
So I think now I'm in a space to accommodate someone
More
if
open
it
to-
happens. If it happens, not that I'm actively. If it happens, well and good.
Yeah.
Because right now for me, I'm tunnel vision, marriage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's just dating just for fun. You're trying to.
Yeah, I'm trying to build a connection with someone that will go all the way to marriage, hopefully.
What
God
if somebody,
allows.
because when you say that, and I'm always having that conversation as well, because I think also, who was it? Like another friend of mine who was saying that as well. And then I'm saying, like, also that's a very dangerous thing to say
It is.
to guys, especially.
It is.
Because, let's say I'm pursuing you, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you're beautiful and you've said you'll go all in. But your tunnel vision for marriage, all I have to do as a guy.
But you see.
No, what I have to do as a guy.
But you see, when I'm saying that's tunnel vision for me.
No, do you know why? I'm asking that. You know why?
Why?
Let me just
So,
finish.
why?
Because once you tell me that, let's say, I'm not saying me, like people who like playing games and stuff. All they'll do is like, they'll just tell you all you want to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
You know that. Tell you all you want to hear.
100%.
Okay, sawa, we're serious, nini. And then you know what happens next.
Yeah.
Get pregnant and then this person's going to do what?
Yeah.
Bounce.
For sure. I think no wonder still, I'm telling you, it's about people being on the same wavelength. There's also another maybe man outside there or woman outside there who's also in the same wavelength such that, for me, I don't want games anymore. You see, not that it games in a bad way, but for me, if I'm for you, it's for life.
How will you know now? How will you know if somebody's like...
The ring.
No. But like I said, that people who can afford rings, right? I've seen people getting engaged or even doing weddings. And then after a year or two, they're not with that person. You've seen that, right?
But also, let me tell you,
proposals are done every year. Trust me.
Let me tell you a totally different trajectory of the whole marriage thing and love and relationships and all that. I'm such a believer of God, by the way. I'm like, God knows whoever you're meant to end up with. And God knows why maybe previous partners didn't work out, or maybe why your partner had to move to the States or baki peke yako Kenya, or vice versa.
True.
So for me, I'm leading in now, coming in, because I'm turning 27. I'm like letting God, you see. No wonder for me, it's not even scary that the person who I end up with will be my husband. The person who I'm meant to be. So
if God sends you a short person, and this is your blessing
God
from
knows
God.
his stall. God knows. God knows for sure. He already stamped. Akasema, huyu. Anaja. So from me, I'm leading from a spiritual point of view. I'm like, God gives you things at the time where you're ready. Because even, as I had said during my career, I struggled so much because maybe I was meant to struggle in order to become an advocate.
So that
maybe
now
that
you
was
can
my
appreciate
story.
it differently and pursue it in a different... Okay.
And maybe God knew this is how Njambi is going to use her legal career. Not maybe in the way that I expected it. So for me, I've let go of control in terms of my life. Of course, that I'm actively working towards a better life for myself, but I'm like, God akwapa. God is ahead of me. So even in terms of a partner, a relationship, I'm like, God won't send for me someone who fuck up my medulla again. Sorry for the bad word.
No, it's all good. You can say it however you
he's going to send someone who I am actively seeking, or he is actively searching or putting in place for me. Rather, So so that's it about love. I'm open to it, but at the same time I'm like, yeah.
You have to be very calculated as well right now.
For sure.
Because also, like, we know, like, for women, they look at it differently, especially when you're putting into consideration settling down, starting a family, all those factors, I'm sure, are the things that you look at, like, okay, now it's not the time I would just do things at here, like, without knowing where it's leading.
Let's go with the flow. Which flow?
At least let's just go with the flow.
Which one?
No, true. So I understand that. So now, as we just wind up, something to do with finances